Welcome back to Papa's These Bees. We've got a thing here that's not very pleasing to talk about. I'll show you when we get out there. But our corner hive, we did a mite wash here a while back, and got pretty high mite counts. And so I've been waiting to get in there and take care of it. I've noticed what I thought was robbing and may have been robbing. Didn't think there were any bees left in there. But there are a few bees in there. We don't know yet how many until we get in there. But I'll show you one thing that is not good when we come back. As I mentioned in the intro, this is not a very pleasant topic. Wax moths can decimate the inside of a hive. They can destroy comb, make just a terrible mess of things, gooey stuff inside. And this is what we have here. We've always tried to be real transparent with our beekeeping journey, trying to share both the good things and the bad things. And of course, as I said, this is a bad thing. Wax moths are really something that you really have to watch out for. And one of the ways you do it is take care of your bees and make sure they're good and strong. These bees were strong at one point, but they went downhill fast. I would imagine what happened in this case is the wax moths came in and the bees couldn't handle them, so they just absconded or left the hive. And then the aftermath is what we'll see here in this video. We're going to break down the rebuilding of the corner hive into 4 different segments that will kind of show you what we've done, so they won't be so long, because they would be a very long one if we did them all together. So the first one is discovery. Then the second one is trying to make a plan and find out what resources we have. And the third is putting the hives together. And the fourth part will be putting some additional hives in our medium super that we put on top of all our hives. Thanks for watching. So here we go. This is what I came out this afternoon and looked at. That is not good. Those are wax moths, and they've taken over the flow frames. So we're gonna have to take the thing apart and get them out and kind of diagnose exactly what we got to do. I know there are some bees in here because there's some on the landing board, but look at all the worms. Dadgummit. That's all my fault, all bad on me, because I should have taken care of them and gotten. These flow frames are not easy to clean up either. So we know we've got to take this completely apart and clean it. Gonna have to take this off because there's probably not anything in it. I noticed the other day that the hive was extremely light, and I got some formic protobin in here to take care of the mites, but it's been too hot. And the bees, just reading an article in the American Bee Journal from Jim 2, who was talking about a hive that he had that was waxworms fighting with bees, and you can see that's pretty nasty. So I'm gonna have to take all those out and clean those frames completely, and then just check in here and see what we have left. I mean, it's pretty nasty in here, but there are some bees, which is good. I think I have a frame holder here. These are a lifesaver when you're out in the yard. See, that's a frame that is just covered, just practically ruined, is ruined actually. Poor little bee is in there. See, they're just, and I'm surprised the bees are hanging around. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. As
First time I've really had this issue with waxworms. I mean, they stripped it all the way down to the plastic. So I have a feeling that there are no bees in here at all, other than what are just trying to get in here and rob. So one of the things you can do, I should have done earlier, would have been to, well, even got taking pollen out, eating the pollen. The bees will clean up some of, there's more pollen. The bees will clean up some of this if you give it back to them, clean it up properly, but it's pretty hard to do. What I'm thinking about doing at this point is well, look in here, it's awful, just awful. This was a decent hive. It was pretty feisty the last few times I was in it. So I'm really surprised, and but it was full. I mean, it had plenty of bees in it. You can look back on it and see, but there's just nothing alive in here now. So what you can normally do if you catch it early enough is put the frames in a freezer and freeze them, and that will kill the waxworm larvae, which is what we've seen crawling all over the place. So I was going to look, because there are bees on the landing board. I was thinking, well, maybe there are some bees left in here, but they can't be. There's no place for them to do anything. So if I pull the nuke that we have out and put in here to overwinter, kind of get ready for this hive, you got to do a few things. You're going to have to lock them up and bring them out here and put them on the landing board. But you've got to have this clean. What we'll do is we'll clean the frames, or take these frames out, because there's 10 frames over there, so we're in good shape. I'll have 2 extras. And then we'll take care of this poor hive and kind of go from there. This is something, you know, we always try to be honest with you, the viewers, that you know, we don't do things right nearly all the time, not even probably half the time. But this will be an opportunity for us to rectify an issue. Like I said, I've got some Formic Pro, but it's just been too hot to put it on. So I've got 2 hives I need to treat, and then we'll put the nuke in here later when I have some time. I have to close it up in the night after I clean this box out, and we'll just kind of go from there. It's bad news, bad news.